And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Michigan International Speedway as we get ready for race number 23 of Season 6 of the Mobil1 Cup Series. This is our fourth to last stop here in the Mobil1 Cup Series before the chase field will be closed up, with 10 drivers getting in via top 10 in points and 2 drivers securing wildcard positions as far as most wins this season. Time is running out. The clock is ticking. These drivers have to start making their moves now rather than later, because later may be too late. We're getting ready here today for the Alliance Truck Parts 250 at Michigan International Speedway, a 30-lap event ready to be run. Danny Wells sits on the pole position for today's race. Alongside of him, Cody Lamas in only his third start. He had a great run back at Kansas. Had a little bit of tough luck last week at Watkins Glen, but he's got himself another good qualifying spot for today's event. Then you got Tyson Broad lining up in third. Alex May, who suffered a lot of problems last week at Watkins Glen, he'll line up in fourth. And Emilio Navarrete, who had a great run last week at Watkins Glen, still remains second in points. He'll roll off from fifth place. Kind of ironic. He's trying to run down Sean Galligan. Galligan is going to start right behind him in the 7th position for today's race. Here's the way that the points look coming into today's event. Galligan, as I said, is the points leader, two-time winner this season, his most recent win coming at Chicagoland. But Sean Galligan, he is a total of, I believe it is 9 points ahead of Emilio Navarrete in the current standings. Navarrete obviously starting ahead of Galligan, so that'll be a little bit of an advantage for the 99 as far as him trying to run down Galligan for the points lead. James Silverfox comes in third in points. He is a two-time winner this season as well. Trent Dunham is fourth. Fifth is Dylan Young. Megan Atkins is sixth. She's the rookie points leader. Austin Plant seventh. Sean Henley eighth. James McLeod ninth. And Joshua Collard is 10th in the points. Drivers we could see working their way into the top 10 in points today, or at least getting close, include drivers such as Sky Commons, Bob Jones, Charles Jackson, Hayden Klein, and Charles Sanford. There are a couple other drivers that do have to really get wins if they're going to get up here and try battling for a spot inside the top 10, including Dillon Poteet, Anthony McCurry, and William Duncan, but they do have, including this race, 4 races to work with. We'll see what they can do here today. Time to get these cars rolling off, though. The pace car is ready. These 42 cars are ready. The fans are ready, and I'm ready. So if everybody's ready, why don't we get this thing going? 30 laps await us here in Michigan. We'll see exactly what's going to happen here today, and I understand that pit stops may come into play in today's event, since it is slightly longer than our Truck Series event was. So here's your starting lineup for today's Alliance Truck Parts 250. Pace car makes the left-hander onto pit road. We're ready to go back to Speedway racing after some road course racing last week. And Danny Wells is ready to get us underway. Green flag is out. We're underway here at Michigan. And Danny Wells got a good jump there. So did Tyson Broad. Cody Lamas did not really time that start very well. And he'll fall all the way back to a battle for third now with Emilio Navarrete. As Danny Wells now about to get hounded, Tyson Broad looking down to the bottom of the racetrack on him for the top position. Sean Galligan now has been able to get to the inside of Emilio Navarrete. It's a battle between positions 1 and 2 in points. And here comes Deanna Shelton after her first career Mobil1 Cup Series win last week at the Glen. She's now up here battling with these guys, looking for maybe her second win. Who knows? I mean, a lot of drivers here, like Deanna Shelton or any other driver that came in mid-season, still have an opportunity to win 2 or 3 races, get themselves a wild card spot. But right now they're racing 4 wide back there. That is not good. Danny Wells, Emilio Navarrete, they're in a precarious position right now. 4 wide is normally not good, and there they go. James McLeod's around. Ralph Mason darted to the inside line. Caution flag will wave. They tried going 4 wide here. It didn't work in the Truck Series event. I didn't expect it was going to happen here in the Mobil Cup Series event, but they tried it anyways, and some of them are going to pay a price, a very steep price, as the caution flag is out at the line. I think Zach Rogers may have just barely gotten Bob Jones. No, they're saying Bob Jones was the first of the line. So the driver comes in third in rookie points. It's going to be the leader. It's been a long time since we've seen Bob Jones up at the front in a Mobil Cup Series event, now that I think of it. So Bob Jones is going to be the leader under the yellow in that number 14 hefty Toyota Camry. Second will be Zach Rogers. It might be Henley in third. I'm not sure what the rest of the top 5 is going to actually look like. But we got to find out who were involved in that incident. I saw Ralph Mason dart to the inside. It looks like William Duncan's getting a normal pit stop. There's the pole sitter, Danny Wells, involved. 10th in points, Joshua Collard has damage. Oh, and there's second in points, Emilio Navarrete. He was involved. I saw him on the high side, and I kind of thought it was a rather precarious place to be when they were racing 4 wide, and apparently my predictions were correct. James McLeod, who comes in 9th in points, he's got damage. Wolfgang Mason's involved as well. Cody Lamas has got some damage. So does Charles Jackson, Eric Burton. A few drivers coming to pit road, including James Qualls and James Silverfox. Nick Muciola, Cole Daly, Kyle Corbett. There's Ralph Mason. Oh, the leader came down, Bob Jones, as well as Deanna Shelton and Alex May. So some of the leaders actually decided to come down pit road. Maybe some pit strategy, I don't know. I would assume so. Deanna Shelton, she's down and away. Bob Jones, Alex May, exactly the same for them. Looks like it was gas and go for the leaders. But Alex May's going to get out ahead of everybody. So that's going to cycle the lead over, I believe, to the 10 of Zach Rogers. Yes, it is. Let's jump back and look at a replay now of what put us under the caution for the first time today. Looked like 4 wide was not the way to go. Still here in the Mobil Cup Series. As we go to our helicopter view, this just tells the tale. They were 5 wide here coming out of turn number 2. Cole Daly, Aaron Williams Jr. on the inside. James McLeod up a groove higher. Ralph Mason a groove higher than that. Navarrete a groove higher than that. And Danny Wells on the extreme high line. There was no way, absolutely no way they were going to be able to keep that together. Contact began with Ralph Mason, James McLeod. Sent McLeod up into Navarrete. Danny Wells had nowhere to go. Neither did Collard. Neither did Kyle Corbett. There's Isaac Canepa spinning down to the inside after he made contact with Ralph Mason. Cole Daly and Anthony McCrory further up. They got together and they spun around. There's Cody Lamas getting involved. Nowhere for him to go. Dillon Poteet's going to get a piece of the 99 there, as everybody goes spinning here and there. And wow, Cody Lamas took a hard lick at the outside retaining wall. I don't know how that just happened. He just kind of turned the car dead right or something. But good heavens. And then there's Collard, there's Danny Wells. Everybody else, it looks like, was able to get through. Oh wait, William Duncan got a little bit of the Emilio Navarrete machine. And does something happen up here? We've had in the Truck Series race a lot of follow-up wrecks up in this turn 3 area. No, looks like everybody got through there okay. Although I did see a little bit of damage to Charles Jackson, Eric Burton, so maybe there is something else that happens. Let's see. Everybody trying to avoid the James McLeod machine. No, looks like that was the initial caution coming out. And no surprises, no follow-up wrecks. So that puts us under the caution for the first time today. Let's head back now to green. And now with our first wreck here today, our first caution gives us the opportunity to take a look at the points implications this could have as far as the drivers that retired. But it appears that only one driver has actually retired from today's incident, and that was the William Duncan machine. Although William may actually be running too. Let's find out. Yeah, William Duncan's actually lapped down the inside line. So all 42 cars are still running. One of them is off the lead lap. That's William Duncan, but everybody else is on the lead lap and still running. So that caution did not nearly have as critical effects as I expected it would on some drivers as far as they're finishing this race and their chances of making the top 10 in points in the chase. So very surprising here. All 42 cars will take the green flag back here on lap 7 of 30. Here's the way they line up for the restart. These drivers did not come down pit road. Zach Rogers the leader, Sean Henley second, Sean Galligan in third, Aaron Williams Jr. fourth, Joshua Michaels in fifth, sixth is Dylan Young, Isaac Canepa seventh, Dillon Poteet eighth, ninth Austin LaPlante, and Hayden Klein is 10th. George Roque is 11th, 12th is Carson Gum, Megan Atkins is 13th, 14th Richard Johnson, 15th Charles Stanford, then it's Sky Cummins, Jeremy Mayer, Jake Rogers, Trent Dunham, and Jordan Hester. That's the top 20. Then you've got Daniel Boylston 21st and 22nd Daniel Day. Those drivers did not come down pit road. The rest of the drivers behind them did. They made anything from 2-tire to 4-tire to fuel-only stops, but they did come down pit road in some capacity. So the top 22 here may be relying on another caution coming out. If not, we would end up having green flag pit stops for those drivers at least. I don't know if the rest of the other drivers can make it the rest of the way on what they have as far as fuel. Green flag back out here. Zach Rogers getting us back underway, and then he's got the Sean and Sean show behind him. Kind of symbolizes our Snickers Cup Series event at Watkins Glen when it was Sean Henley trying to run down Sean Galligan. Galligan, of course, ended up winning out that battle, but both the Seans find themselves in the same place up here up front in the Mobil Cup Series event here today, as Sean Henley looking down to the bottom of the racetrack now for the top position. Now, Henley had some tough luck last week at the Glen in the Mobil Cup Series event. It dropped him down to 8th in points. A win today could maybe help confirm him a spot in the Mobil Cup Series chase for the championships. He's trying to represent Tweenix there. Joshua Michaels coming down to the bottom of the racetrack, though. He's going to try and get a run for the top position, and it looks like he's going to do it. Isaac Canepa, fellow rookie, right behind him. Canepa's been coming on strong lately in that 12 car, putting together some really good runs for Penske Racing. Dylan Young up there in the Qualcomm Teal Blue 30. 5th in points, had a good run, a good top 10 run in the Truck Series event here yesterday. And having a good run here today at Michigan as they're going to go 4 wide again. Make that Joshua Michaels just got the wall. And please settle it out to 3 wide. Please. Looks like they did. My goodness, that was close. LaPlante was nearly 4 wide. He was able to get back into the middle groove and keep it 3 wide. As Isaac Canepa is now the new leader, as there's a nice look at the pace car there. Hayden Klein now going to look down to the bottom. Now, Hayden Klein's 14th in points. He's a former winner this season. He ended up winning back at, I believe it was Dover. And, oh boy, they're going to go 4 wide again here. Yes, they are 4 wide for 2nd place. Canepa, Klein, Atkins, and Aaron Williams Jr. Please back out somebody. Somebody, please. Oh, they're going to wreck. They're going to wreck. They're going to wreck. They're going to wreck. There they go. Megan Atkins is around. Hayden Klein has spun it. Joshua Michaels got held up back there, and that's going to bring out yet another caution flag. The rookie points leader and the driver comes in 14th in points, and there's another spin. Jake Rogers is around, and they're still piling up. Silverfox, Wolfgang Mason, Qualls, Tyson Braun, Kyle Corbett, Nick Musiola, Daniel Day, and several others. Alex May is involved. He's now headed for pit road. A wreck and then a big follow-up wreck there in turn 3, and the leader under caution was Aaron Williams Jr. in the 5. First time today Aaron Williams Jr. has been out in front, but, oh man, James Qualls, he's had so much bad luck in the past few weeks in that 70. There's Alex May, started up front. He's out of the race. Qualls is out of the race. There's Tyson Braun. I know he got a piece of this. Wolfgang Mason the same. Silverfox 3rd in points. Having a very difficult time of it today at Michigan. There's the car that spun out, Megan Atkins, as well as Hayden Klein, who were running, I believe, somewhere inside the top 10. Hayden Klein 14th in points. Megan Atkins, the current rookie points leader, and 6th in points. As some drivers are going to come down pit road. Looks like maybe all drivers are going to come down pit road this time. Yes, indeed. The leaders are all coming, with the exception of Cole Daly. Cole Daly decides to stay out. Let's head to our pit road 1 cam and see who's going to be the first off pit road. As Cole Daly decides to roll the dice, he will stay out. I believe he actually pitted back on lap 6, so he's good to go on fuel for a little bit. Decides to stay out, lead a few laps there, maybe get some track position. And let's see about those drivers that used the fuel-only strategy, that used it earlier. George Roque, he's gone. Carson Gumbs out 2nd, then it's Aaron Williams Jr., then Richard Johnson, Canepa, Henley, Galligan, Shelton, Anthony McCurry, and then a drag race for 10th place between Dylan Young and Charles Sanford. So everybody on pit road making pit stops here on lap 12. The only one that didn't come down was Cole Daly. Looks like he'll be the leader next time around when we have the green flag come back out. But we got to take a look at a replay of this latest caution. Well, with the past history here at Michigan, you just knew this was going to happen. The contact's actually going to start between Aaron Williams Jr. and Megan Atkins. Atkins going to get sent up into Hayden Klein. And there's a few cars that are held up behind this, including Zach Rogers, I believe, is one of them. Austin LaPlante is another. And then Joshua Michaels has to hit the brakes to be able to avoid this as well. Those drivers, however, I don't think got any real damage out of this. And Megan Atkins, Hayden Klein, the roof flaps engaged, causes the car to make sure it does not get airborne because this is not grass here. This is all asphalt, and that makes it so much slicker, and there's an opportunity for a driver to get the wind underneath the car and flip it over, get it airborne. So those two end up spinning. That brought the caution flag out, but then there was a follow-up wreck up here. And does it involve the Silverfox machine? Does it start with him? Oh yeah, it does. It actually was a byproduct of the spin by Atkins and Hayden Klein. Oh, what it was everybody up ahead had been slowing down to avoid the wreck, and Silverfox was still coming full speed. He runs into the Alex May machine. May actually came up, got Charles Jackson, so Jackson got some damage, and then Silverfox spins it around right in front of the Ralph Mason car, and then everybody else just gets involved here. Oh man, the 66 got a little bit of air there going up onto the right rear hood of the 20 of Jordan Hester. Look at Cole Daly. Nice avoidance there by the 25. He's able to get through. Wolfgang Mason gets held up here, and then here comes James Qualls. Full speed ahead into the 82. Nowhere to go. There's Tyson Broad getting spun around. Little help there by Kyle Corbett. And they're going to go up and get the wall pretty hard, especially the James Qualls machine. Nick Muciola, I believe, also had a little bit of a hand in shoving the 32 around, as he's got a lot of damage to his hood. And man, a lot of drivers who had some bad luck last week at the Glen having it here at Michigan, and that's pretty gut-wrenching, I would say, for these drivers. Look at Joshua Collard, full speed around the high side there. He'll pick up a few valuable positions. As the caution comes out here for the second time today here at Michigan, let's head back now to green. So Cole Daly, who we saw make his way through that follow-up wreck there in Turn 3, he decided not to come down pit road, so he will be the leader here coming to the halfway point when we get the green flag back on lap 15. Daly out in front. George Roque was first off pit road. He'll restart second. Carson Gum third. Fourth will be Aaron Williams Jr. with Richard Johnson fifth. Sixth, Isaac Canepa. Then it's the Sean and Sean show. Henley in seventh. Eighth is Galligan. Deanna Shelton up in ninth. And 10th place is Anthony McCrory now with Dylan Young in 11th. Excuse me. 12th is Charles Sanford. Daniel Voyles 13th, 14th Eric Burton, and 15th is Joshua Michaels. Then it's Jeremy Mayer, Dillon Poteet, Danny Wells, the pole sitter, has worked his way back up to 18th. Bob Jones 19th, and 20th place is going to be Jordan Hester. William Duncan, you see lined up there. He's still a lap down to the leaders. But drivers out of the race as a result of what we just saw include Nick Muciola, Kyle Corbett. Hayden Klein has actually taken his car back behind the wall. Tough break for him as he was trying to work his way inside the top 10 in points today. Also, Alex May and James Qualls are out of the race. I'll tell you what, one driver that really has finished dead last a lot of times this season is James Qualls. He just cannot seem to find any luck in that number 70 car here in Season 6 of the Mobil1 Cup Series. His pace car gets ready to turn left onto pit lane, and we will get ready to go back to green flag racing with a total of 16 laps remaining in today's event. We've been under the caution flag 2 times. It'd be nice to get under a little bit of a green flag run, see what these drivers are able to do. Here we go. Green flag going to come back out. Cole Daly got a good jump there. George Roque caught napping a little as the gap opened to a car length immediately at the drop of that green flag. Maybe they're just waiting and biding their time, looking for a time to strike on the 25. I don't know, but whatever the case, Aaron Williams Jr. wants to go. He goes to the inside of Carson Gum for third. Now he'll try and get the run on George Roque for second place. Tux is back in line behind the 33 this time. That may allow Richard Johnson to look to the inside of him. Nope, Aaron Williams Jr. now to the inside, and Cole Daly's heading for pit road. So he stayed out to lead a few laps. Now he's going to pit under green. I don't know what kind of strategy that was. Not sound strategy, I don't think. But unless a caution comes out here on this lap, Cole Daly's chances of winning this race may be over. Unless this thing goes clean and green to the end. Maybe Cole Daly is planning on that. Maybe he's planning on no caution coming out and running it clean and green to the end, because these drivers, I think, would have to make at least one more pit stop. However, as I'm looking here, the Truck Series drivers made it the full 20-lap event on just one tank of fuel. If these drivers all came down and got their tank completely full of fuel, they'd be good to go until lap 36, and there is no lap 36. There's only a total now of 14 laps to go in today's event, but wait a minute. They're going 4 wide again there. Deanna Shelton, Dylan Young, George Roque, Aaron Williams Jr. This could be trouble. They're trying to settle it back out. Dylan Young not able to do so, and he's going to get a Deanna Shelton. No! He just barely tucked it in behind Deanna Shelton. He nearly turned the 3 off of turn number 2, but they were able to somehow keep it together. How Dillon Young was able to fit his car in that teeny tiny little space, I have no idea, but that was very close to being our third caution as Eric Burton now goes to the bottom. And Eric Burton had damage from an incident earlier on. Now he's running up here, and oh no, Henley, please, no. Henley's going to go 4 wide here underneath of Joshua Michaels. Oh, someone's got to back out. Someone's got to bail out. Someone's got to move out of the way, and it looks like they're going to do it. Looks like Charles Samper was the gentleman that time to move out of the way. He'll back out of the throttle, and they raced it back to 3 wide racing. Well done, Charles. Man, a lot of give and take here to try to avoid bringing out our third caution, because these drivers know this late in the race that it could really come into play into who's going to win this race. If you wreck out, you may be completely eliminated from winning today's event. No, there's a slower car up ahead of Ralph Mason. Look out! They're going to override him. Oh no, Sean Henley just ran straight into the back of him. Gallagher was collected as well. Henley just flat out pounded the back of the 09. Could not slow down. Gallagher was collected, the points leader. And this is going to have huge points implications now, as our third caution comes out due to a lap car right ahead of the leaders. Carson Gum is now the leader. Aaron Williams Jr. to second. Looks like Eric Burton third, as now Aaron Williams Jr. going to go down to the bottom. Drag race here between Carson Gum and Aaron Williams Jr. Who won out that battle? I think it could have been the 5. It was Aaron Williams Jr. all the way down to the extreme low line, almost was bringing his car to the apron. He was able to get the top position at the stripe, but oh my goodness, Sean Henley, Sean Galligan, Cole Daly in the 25 has exploded. Daniel Day is involved in this as well. There is Henley, there is Wolfgang Mason. Megan Atkins involved, there's the points leader, Sean Galligan. A lot of damage to the 64. And the caution is going to come out for the 3rd time today. Oh, man, Daniel Voiles. Trent Dunham, they've got some damage. And there's the car that started it all right there. Ralph Mason not able to get out of the way of the lead lap cars. And looks like Dillon Young may be staying out. Dillon Young and Aaron Williams Jr. both electing to stay out this time around. Everybody else going to come down pit road for some pit stops here on lap 20 of 30. But a big wreck here involving a lot of the front runners and a few drivers inside the top 10 in points as well. Let's look back at a replay. Well, what do you do if you're Sean Henley? You got Aaron Williams Jr. to your inside, you got Eric Burton to the outside, you got Carson Gum just up ahead, and Ralph Mason really slow. There's nothing you can do. Henley just was trying to slow down. He runs straight into the back of Ralph Mason. That is a tough break for Henley. Slides up, collects the Sean Gallagher machine and Daniel Voiles as well. That is a tough break for those 3 who were all running up inside the top 15 at one time or another. Oh man, Voiles comes down, makes contact with Sky Commons. Commons going to make contact with Isaac Canepa. And I think Daniel Voiles comes down. I think he gets a piece of the 8 of Trent Dunham too. No, he doesn't. There's another car that he comes down into, and I'm not sure which one it is. Okay, there he is into the Sky Commons machine. Okay, I thought he came down to somebody else. Oh, he does. Yeah, he comes down in front of Trent Dunham, and Dunham's going to hit him from behind. That's where Dunham got his damage in the Sega Chevy. And then they're telling me that something else happened further up. And I'm not sure what exactly that was. Something off of turn 4. And it was somewhere back here. And it involves the Cold Alley machine. Oh, maybe it wasn't off of 4. It was off of 2. There's Megan Atkins. There's Daniel Day. And I think Cold Alley's going to have something to do with this. Oh, whoa. Wolfgang Mason. Did he get spun around? He very well might have. Let's see. Oh, yeah. When Henley was damaged and was slow, Wolfgang Mason just flat out runs him over. Then Daniel Day nose to nose there with the Wolfgang Mason machine. And oh man, Henley got some air there as he slammed into the outside safer barrier. Look out, Emilio Navarrete. Oh, he just barely got through, but Megan Atkins is not going to be so lucky. Hard lick there for the 1 car. And then Joshua Collard going to get it in the passenger side door. And then Cole Daly. Where's Cole Daly? Because we know Cole had some damage too. Just after making a pit stop too. Here he comes. He's going to run into somebody, and I think it could very well be the Sean Henley machine or the Wolfgang Mason machine. Look at that smoke. He can't see a thing. It's like a blinding smoke screen. And who is he going to hit? Yep, right there. hits the 82 of Wolfgang Mason. Cole Daly had a great top 5 run last week at the Glen. Was trying to use some pit strategy here. I think he actually had fallen a lap down, though. And he gets involved here in this incident. But if you look at the points, the drivers involved here, you had the points leader get involved in this. 4th in points, Trent Dunham got a little bit of damage. Megan Atkins, a lot of damage for 6th in points in the rookie points leader. And then Sean Henley, 8th in the standings, also involved in this. Huge, huge points implications. The longer we go through this race, the more these drivers that are coming in running well in the top 10 in points begin to drop like flies. And that was a tough break for Sean Henley and Sean Galligan. Really nothing either of them could do, as they were running just about maybe 100 miles per hour faster than that Ralph Mason machine. But that brings out our caution. Been a long time since I've actually seen a lap car actually come into play in the front runners events. But that brings out the yellow flag, and we are under the caution. Set back now to green. Aaron Williams Jr. and Dillon Young decided to stay out. They should restart 1-2 in the green flag. Now you got to wonder if these two drivers, Aaron Williams Jr. and Dillon Young, are going to be trying to utilize the same strategy Cole Daly did. But Cole Daly's strategy obviously did not work out too well for him. He ended up falling a lap down and ended up getting involved in that wreck off of turn 2 and has actually DNF'd from today's race. We'll give you your top 15, maybe your top 20. Aaron Williams Jr. leader, Dillon Young second. They have not been to pit road. These drivers have under that last caution. Anthony McCurry will line up third, Carson Gum fourth, and Bob Jones fifth. The rest of the top 10 are Richard Johnson, Eric Burton, Dillon Poteet, George Roque, and Jeremy Mayer. Then you got Joshua Michaels 11th, 12th Zach Rogers, 13th Deanna Shelton, Charles Stanford 14th, 15th is Jordan Hester. Then you got Tyson Broad 16th, 17th Isaac Canepa, Trent Dunham 18th, 19th Sky Commons, and Austin LaPlante completes the top 20. We could actually go further back here because there's not that many cars left. 21st is Emilio Navarrete, Charles Jackson is 22nd, 23rd Jake Rogers, Joshua Collier 24th, 25th will be Danny Wells with Cody Lamas 26th, 27th is James Silverfox, William Duncan runs in 29th, one lap down, and 28th place, last car in the lead lap, is James McLeod. Drivers out of the race are going to include the points leader Sean Galligan, also Daniel Voiles, Sean Henley, Megan Atkins, Daniel Day, Ralph Mason, Cole Daly, and Wolfgang Mason. They join Nick Muciola, Kyle Corbett, Hayden Klein, Alex May, and James Qualls back in the garage area. Let's see where Galligan's going to officially finish today's race. 31st place, and he had a 9-point advantage over Emilio Navarrete in the points. So for Navarrete to take the points lead, he has to finish in 21st place or better. He's got a big opportunity here today to get back atop the point standings. The green flag is back out. Aaron Williams Jr., Dillon Young, do they have enough fuel to get themselves the rest of the way? It'd be 7 laps they'd have to make on what they have left in the tank. First battle is going to happen for third place. Carson Gum to the inside of Anthony McCurry, but here comes Dillon Young now down to the bottom of the racetrack on the Aaron Williams Jr. machine. Aaron Williams Jr. winless so far this season in the Mobil1 Cup Series. Same can be said, though, for Dillon Young. The only difference is Dillon Young is running 5th in points. Aaron Williams Jr. is running 22nd in points. So guess who needs that win more? And Anthony McCurry is coming back to pit road. Apparently they did not get that car completely full of fuel. McCurry is going to have to give up a top 5 finish to come back down pit road. And now that comes into question. If McCurry came down pit road and made a fuel-only stop, what's that mean for Dillon Young and Aaron Williams Jr., who are getting freight trained on the high side as we speak? Carson Gum now out to the lead. Richard Johnson moves into second. Bob Jones there. He's in the 3-wide battle with Eric Burton and Dillon Young for third place. Meanwhile, good battle back there between Deanna Shelton, Joshua Michaels, and Zach Rogers. Couple of rookies shaking it up there for around the 7th position, as Carson Gum continues to lead, but here comes Richard Johnson down to the bottom. No indication to pit road by either Dillon Young or Aaron Williams Jr. They may be just riding it out, I don't know. The bad thing for them is they would have to use up a lot of fuel to try and race their way back up here to the front, which means they cannot be in fuel conservation mode right now. And that could come back to bite them. I don't know for certain if that's going to be the case, but nonetheless, Richard Johnson out in front, our winner from Altoona. Big opportunity here to maybe pick up his second win of the season. Eric Burton, our winner from Riki. Big opportunity for him to pick up his second win of the season. There's a lot of drivers up here trying to vie for a wild card position by picking up win number 2 here in Season 6. Here comes Dillon Young back to the bottom, though. Zach Rogers coming up here as well. Let's see if Dillon Young can get back to the front. Whoa, contact there between Carson Gum and the fellow Toyota of Eric Burton, but they keep it clean and green here. Next time around, it's going to be 3 laps to go as Dillon Young goes back down to the bottom. I guess he doesn't care whether he has enough fuel or not. He's going to race it as hard as he can to the checkered flag. Dillon Young goes to the lead, but there they are, 4 wide behind him again. This time it's Joshua Michaels, Zach Rogers, Eric Burton, and Richard Johnson. This cannot be good. This cannot be good. Settle it back out 3 wide. They're 4 wide, 2 rows deep. They're going to wreck. They're going to wreck somehow, some way. There they go. Johnson, Hester, they spin. Caution flags to come out. Contact there between Zach Rogers and Joshua Michaels. Dillon Young, this may be what he needed. He's going to come out at turn number 4 for the final time. Dillon Young, I think, has won today here at Michigan. On fuel strategy, Dillon Young crosses the stripe. 2 laps to go. Caution flags out. Dillon Young may have won this thing under the caution flag. Wow. Talk about a timely caution. Now, this is going to be a big opportunity for Dillon Young. If I were him, I'd shut that car off right now. Save as much fuel as you can, because remember, he and Aaron Williams Jr. may be on fumes. So if he can turn the car off, save the fuel, Dillon Young may be able to actually milk this thing around for 2 more laps and win today's event. As there was another spin that was in turn 3. Oh, wait a minute. No, Dillon Young! Looks like he's making an indication for pit road! He may be giving up the win right here! Oh, Dillon, if you have to, try and stay out and run out of fuel on the track if you have to, but try and stay out. No, he's not going to. Dillon Young is heading for pit road. He's giving up the lead and potentially the win here today at Michigan. That gives the top position over to rookie Zach Rogers as the white flag is being displayed. Oh my goodness. Dillon Young not willing to roll the dice. Instead coming down to make sure he'll make it to the checkered flag. And Zach Rogers may have literally just been handed the victory here today at Michigan International Speedway. We're going to quickly jump back, take a quick look at a replay of what happened. We'll be back for the checkers. Well, here's what happened. It was right up at the front of the field, somewhere around 4th, 5th, 6th, somewhere right in that area. The contact's going to happen right there. I think Carson Gum gets into Richard Johnson, turns him down into Deanna Shelton and Jordan Hester. Austin the Plant, I believe, is the car spinning there as well. Nope, that's the George Roque machine, my bad. But then there was contact further up. Somebody else spins out. Oh, it was Aaron Williams Jr. Wait a minute. Did Aaron Williams Jr. just run out of fuel in front of the field? No, he didn't. No, okay. He was, whoa, wow. Where am I going? Let's fast forward just a little bit here. Yeah, he went up to avoid, and he's just going to sandwich Jeremy Mayer into the wall. Austin the Plant has nowhere to go. He gets a lot of damage on his 71. It's another driver, top 10 in points, by the way. Jake Rogers runs into this. So too does Charles Sanford. Sky Common's going to have nowhere to go. He runs straight into the back of the Aaron Williams Jr. machine. Here comes Isaac Canepa. Oh good lord, what kind of a glitch was that? Whoa, Aaron Williams Jr. is going to go tumbling, barrel rolling, but that was a weird glitch. This car actually going to barrel roll all the way up to the high side of the racetrack. That was a violent hit. Oh, and Canepa got hit by somebody. I think he got hit by Sanford. And then here comes the Danny Wells machine or Anthony McCurry. One of those cars is coming really fast on the high side. That's Joshua Collard, Anthony McCurry, and Emilio Navarrete. They're able to get through in the middle groove. But wait a minute, that was one of the weirdest glitches I've ever seen. Let's see if that glitches again. Maybe that was just that one time. Is it going to glitch again with Aaron Williams Jr.? Alright, let's go full speed and see what happens here. Right here. No, that glitch was still there. And that glitch, I think, was the difference maker into how violent a hit that was. And my word. So a glitch here at Michigan International Speedway. We're seeing just a little bit of everything, but that was a huge wreck. And now we're going back to the checkered flag, and it looks like it is going to be Zach Rogers who is going to capitalize on Dillon Young not being able to make it on fuel. What a remarkable turn of events. Dillon Young led us under the under the 2 to go mark, had to come down pit road, and Zach Rogers is going to get handed his first Mobil1 Cup Series win of his career, his second NNSCRA victory of his career as he won the Truck Series race at Riki earlier on the season. Zach Rogers officially wins the Alliance Truck Parts 250 at Michigan International Speedway. What a tough break for Dillon Young. Let's see where he officially is going to finish this race. He could have been the winner, but he's going to finish in 22nd position, last car on the lead lap. What a tough break for him. There's LaPlante on pit road. But Zach Rogers officially wins today's event here. And what a great win there for Zach Rogers and that 10 team. Came in mid-season replacing Kellen Wise, and they finally get into victory lane. Let's give you your official top 10 for today's race. Joshua Michaels, nice run for him. He's going to finish the day in second. Eric Burton finishes in third. These are drivers that really needed good runs today, too. Been running very dismally in the points outside of the top 20. Carson Gum, another driver, fits into that category. He'll get fourth. Bob Jones could move his way back up inside the top 10 in points with a fifth place run today. Dillon Poteet's actually been turning the heat up lately. He'll get sixth today, and Poteet comes in 16th in points, so we'll see where he is situated as far as the point standings after today's race. Jeremy Mayer, great run for him, as he's going to be in 7th today. Charles Jackson came from nowhere to finish in 8th, so we may see him up inside the top 10 in points after today's race. Danny Wells, the pole sitter, great run for him. We didn't really talk about him all day since the start of the race. He's going to finish in 9th. And Joshua Collard, oh my word, he had no hood. He was involved in the first incident of the day, and he's going to finish in the 10th position. Every wreck afterwards, he made his way through, picked up valuable spots, and that's going to get him a top 10 finish today. And Joshua Collard will stay inside the top 10 in points. Miraculously, I can't believe he was able to do that. This race is over. Oh, wait, we got to find out. Where did Emilio Navarrete finish? Did he finish better than 21st? He finished 11th place. New points leader heading into next week at the Stunt Road is going to be Emilio Navarrete in the 99. So, Sean Galligan wrecking out. It's going to play into the hands of Emilio Navarrete. He will be the new points leader atop the Mobil1 Cup Series standings. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. Here comes your official finishing results. Overall point standings and rookie points heading next week at the Stunt Road Heat Race Weekend. Sure to be a wild one there when motocross meets NNSCRA. We still got a Snickers Cup Series event coming here, though. Hope you'll tune in for that. If fuel strategy came into play here in the Mobil1 Cup Series event, I can't wait to see what's going to happen as far as fuel strategy in the Snickers Cup Series race. Anyway, though, congratulations to Zach Rogers on his first career Mobil1 Cup Series victory, the second of his NNSCRA career. And we will see you guys next week as you've been watching the Dark Side of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best. Here they come off the final corner, and oh, one of them was John Zinedino, the leader! Zinedino, the pole sitter, there goes Madison Saber off! There goes Ralph Mason, second in points off!